In this video, I want to take a look at creating select lists. It's one of the ways that we can create a dropdown that gives our users some options. So here above our favorite color element, I'm going to copy that, add in, and paste that in here, and get the campus attended, and change this to campus so that we have our label for our select list. And then to create your select list, you're going to have the select element. And inside of that select element, you're going to have option elements. And inside each of those options, you are going to have a value equals something. And then in between your opening and closing option tags, you are going to put whatever text the user needs to see. So starting off here, I'm going to put Springfield, Richwood Valley, Table Rock, Waynesville, Lebanon, and online. Now for each of these, the user sees this. This is not the value that gets sent when the data gets sent. What gets sent when the form is submitted is what goes in this value attribute inside of these options. And that does not have to be the same thing as what is being shown to the user. So here we can use the different campus codes instead of whatever the text is. Again, like with our checkboxes and our radio buttons, that just depends on what you need to do, how you need to handle that data. But we could have this sending those codes when this form gets submitted. So now when we refresh our form, we have this campus attended, Springfield, Richwood Valley, Table Rock, Waynesville, Lebanon, online. And when we select one of those and submit it, we are able to just send whatever this code is. We could put whatever we need to in this value field so that it's sending that when that gets selected. It just depends on how you need to work with the data. Now working with these select fields, trying to make them required is a little bit different. Because now it's going to require that one of those options that has a value set is set. So when we refresh our page, we know that that needs something in it. We can try to submit this, and it submits, even though we didn't change what's in this field. So you can set one of those values as a default if you choose to by putting in the selected attribute. And just like with the required attribute, this is redundant, but it helps to make sure that it's being supported in older browsers. So now when we go over here, we refresh our page. By default, Richwood Valley is the first one being selected. But now what if I want to not give them a default, make this required? What I can do is set an option with a value equal to nothing. And then put some text in here that's going to show at first when the browser loads up. So I'm going to move the selected up to my select one option. And now when I save this, the forms required, this does not have a value in it. So when I refresh the page, if I put something in this required field here, try to submit it, it's telling me that I need to select an item. If that did have a value in it, it would consider it selected and it would not have given us that error. It would have let it submit. So now selecting one of those, it does go ahead and submit the way that we anticipated.